looking at gate number 46, the gate of determination, the gate of serendipity. You're going to find that in that little diamond that's right in the center of your human design body graph. Now, the center of self in human design is the high heart. It is our magnetic monopole, meaning that it is pulling things directly to itself. It keeps us in alignment to our highest good. So we feel that through its 4 love gates, which are in relationship to the 4 seasons, and within the 4 directional gates, which are the halfway points between those seasons. So we're always having very pivotal moments throughout the course of the year to check in with the self, to feel and sense and to know if you are in alignment to the highest calling. And that can really only be felt through the heart, the high heart within yourself, not from the mind and not from the conditioning of the human heart. It is a knowing beyond knowing. And as you really get to understand yourself and develop your gifts, your clairs, your intuition, you're going to be awakening the cells within your body to release more light, more of that energy that is then attuning to that magnet and pulling your destiny towards you. We all have a destiny, we all have a purpose, but we have to trust in what comes our way in order to prepare us for that destiny. It's just like running a marathon. You're not going to get out there and start running a marathon without learning how to jog, how to breathe, how to go the endurance, how to take good care of your muscles, your strength, your stamina. Then you step forward into doing what it is you have been training for. So these deep teachings are really going to be about the love of the body, which is the love of your human, the vessel that is housing your spirit. And it also then gives us the determination to follow through. When you just know from every cell in your body that that direction is correct for you, you will find the energy to follow through. And it also then relates to the fall equinox. So this is where we come into the balance of equal parts light and equal parts dark. So it is about accepting our good, the bad, and the ugly, right? We have all of these pieces to ourselves. We are all light, we are all dark, we do have all these capabilities, and it's only in accepting your shadow nature, your lower vibrating energies, and really then becoming aware of how to balance that with the higher vibrating energies. Can you really look at some of those lower shadow tendencies, meaning your fears, your self-sabotages, and see how they have been self-protection. So the process of letting go is to be able to see your conditioned layers of self-protection, fear, how we then tend to react when we are afraid or we are pushed out of the comfort zone, and being able to parent those inner child aspects of yourself in order for them to feel safe enough to trust in the process. So as we're stepping into the teachings of gate 46, the love of the body, the love of the vessel that houses your spirit, this is energy that is really supporting a natural feeling, a natural tendency to be attuned, meaning to be listening to the universe's need for your presence. And what happens with that is you end up just being in the right place at the right time to get exactly what it is that you needed. And it can be the magic and awe of the universe of, putting out there that you need a certain parking space. And you have a sense of trust within you. You don't have an expectation, but you just know that the universe is always doing things for your highest and greatest good. So you're not taking things so seriously, but you're showing up and you're always in that awe of receiving the correct parking space for what it is that you're meant to experience. So maybe you're getting the front of the line and it's easy to get into the door. Maybe you're pushed further to the back and you realize, oh, well, it's a lot easier to leave what I need to leave from back here. Maybe your body was needing a little bit more of a walk, so you find yourself being placed in a parking stall that allows you to kind of walk and shift your energy to be more open to the next experience. When we stop questioning life and we really recognize the magic of life and the flow and all of the beautiful magic that exists in this playground that we are in called Earth, then we are really feeling the lady luck, the serendipity of receiving those experiences. And it kind of brings in the contents of, some people have all the luck. Well, when you have a good attitude and when you're really noticing your blessings and the way the universe talks to you, you are lucky. And you're lucky because you're in the flow of life. You are knowing that the universe is calling you forward. You're trusting where it's asking you to go. You're not overriding that by the mind. And you're taking really good care of your body. And the reason for that is when you're taking good care of your body, you're more receptive. You're happier. Your energy is more vital. You are clearing your electromagnetic field. You are showing up as your best. You are ready to be of service. So our inner life, our inner state of health really is reflected on the outside. And this is where it is so important to take care of the body, feed it, nourish it, get those haircuts, get the massages, get your exercise, do the things that your body's asking you to do, move, dance, play, right? Wear the clothes that help you to feel good. Those things are not selfish. Those things are loving and respecting the human that is housing your spirit. It is essential to take good care of yourself. And when you're not taking good care of yourself, that is showing that there are areas within your belief system that are requiring you to stop and really assess the love for yourself. And that comes through conditioning. So we're going to talk about that when we get to the gene keys, how our outer reflection, our neglect, become conditioned aspects of what we learned from those around us. The narrative in our stories, our cultures, our experiences, and what we believe we deserve or are worthy for, or what is right and what is wrong. And then really questioning those as we're bringing the balance of the fall equinox energy together to let go of those belief systems, those habits, those behaviors that are not serving the highest good. So let us jump into also really look at what is known as the channel of discovery. And again, you're going to want to check your human design chart to see if you already have this channel. And if you do, this is a continual theme within your life. This is energy that is constantly flowing through you. So this becomes a really big part of how you're showing up in the world, the lessons you are here to learn. You may also look at your human design chart and notice that you have gate 29 in the sacral center that is circled, but maybe you don't have gate number 46 in the center of self circled. But if you are watching this as part of the Inner Alchemy, the journey around the Mandala Wheel, then at the time that this is being opened in the collective energy, at the time of the fall equinox, we are all getting gate number 46. which means everybody has opportunities to experience this channel of discovery and to use its energy to go in deeper to really help yourself discover what it is that you are ready to release, what it is you are ready to claim back in your own empowerment, what it is that you are ready in that magnetic attraction to help align you to your destined path. And that means taking that deep dive within the body's wisdom. This is not the mind. Your intuition cannot go where the mind can go, right? Your mind can't follow you into the deeper places of your cells that just know. It is beyond explanation. You cannot prove it, but yet every sense within you just knows the truth of your experience, which is why this is all about self-actualization. So when we're looking at the properties of this channel, we do have the sacral connected to the center of self. So your life force energy, the energy that is put towards your work, your creativity, raising children, that commitment, so that automatic yes. And this is a gut instinct. It is how your body responds to what is correct for itself, and it's beyond words. So if you have this center colored in your human design chart, you're either a generator or a manifesting generator. Knowing how your sacral talks to you, how your body says yes, how your body says no, how your body says maybe, is really important to help you develop your intuition. And when you're really aware of how your sacral responds by those yeses and those nos, and it could be a physical sensation, it could be a gut knowing, it could be that you are moving in a certain direction, so your body's already starting to head towards what it is that you are drawn towards, your yeses, and maybe you're feeling a bit of a tightness or a pull back to a no. The more you recognize that, the easier it's going to get to really support yourself in making those decisions that are correct for you, because you're going to notice your automatic body response, and then the mind that's going to jump in and try and override that. And when we don't let the mind override that, but we feed into the wisdom of the body, when we trust in the discovery process of wanting to go in deeper to the self, to draw up that often quieter knowing, and to learn to tune off the mind, to be aware of that chatter, but not to feed it. And instead allow the deeper parts of you to rise up. It does become stronger and stronger with time and practice. And of course, really getting to know your human design chart. Perhaps reach out for a reading if that is something that is tugging at your awareness. The more you know you, the more you will understand who you are not. So we are drawing energy from commitment, from an automatic yes. And a lot of times we say yes to things and we're not even aware of what it is that we're committing to. So that can be a tendency then to overextend yourself, overextend your energy. And it can come from a place of, really wanting to help and to be of service, but it becomes very frustrating or resentful because you are drawing life force energy from an empty cup. There's no more of you to give, but yet if there's a program there to keep saying yes, you are depleting yourself to the extent that your body is paying the price, your spirit is paying the price, and your mind is keeping you stuck in the narrative of a story that is diminishing your sense of self. We also want to lean into that automatic yes, because sometimes we are just feeling a yes, a commitment to something, and we don't know what it's about, and it may tend to scare us a little bit, but yet at the same time, you are feeling the fears of the mind, but you're feeling the yes of the body, and you're being asked to trust the process. So there is many, many teachings within this gateway of commitment, this channel of discovery, the automatic yes that we jump into. And what it's really doing is it's helping us move from that little child into the parenting adult who is healthy in making choices and decisions that are in correct alignment. So this is attuning to your body wisdom. It's taking the time before just jumping in to say yes. So if you are of emotional authority, it'll say that on your human design chart. You're giving yourself time to feel emotionally neutral. You're not making any decisions spontaneously. That's not healthy for you. So you're using language of let me get back to you. You're giving yourself permission to sleep on it. You're giving yourself permission to really come into both sides. Use some of Libra here. Be the diplomat for yourself. The pros, the cons, come into the neutrality, your clarity, before saying yes or before saying no. And if you are not of emotional authority, well, then that means you are feeling other people's emotional energy at 200%. So it's really noticing that the child in you didn't know how to feel emotion so strongly. It likely became overwhelmed by what it was sensing, what it was experiencing, and it probably came up with some behavioral patterns to just give in to other people. If I change the energy of the room, if I just give them what they want, then I won't have to feel their emotions. I won't have to stand up to the conflict, because that can be scary for the child, the inner child, that did not learn how to deal with emotional energy. So we really are going deep into discovering ourselves, the love for the body, by helping to heal those underdeveloped parts of our nature, of our emotional wounding, of our program in our mind that says, well, you should, but the body's screaming, I don't want to. And we're learning to trust the body's wisdom that says, I don't want to. Learning that no is a complete sentence. And it's not from a lack of love, it's from a great love of the self, the vessel that's housing your spirit. You may not have the energy to fulfill the ask. You may not be in the right time, the right place to meet that demand. Or you might be asked to step out of your comfort zone and into something that does require your attention. Unless you make space for the clarity and you discover the deeper truth within you, you're going to be keeping the same patterns that you've done over and over again that keep you in those frustrating patterns. So we're learning to break free. The channel of discovery is intended to embrace success. And because of the rare combination of energy and passion that is motoring within your cells, you're the one person who can make it happen. So when you are tapping into your divine yes, the wisdom of your body yes, and it is flowing through the love of the body, the love of the self, you are working in partnership with your higher self by honoring this human. You are guaranteed to succeed at what it is that is drawing you magnetically forward. But in order to do that, things have to fall off. Your expectations have to fall off. Your desire to control has to fall off. This is about flowing with the natural cycles of life. So if you are too busy, if you've said yes to all these other things, you're not going to be available for when destiny comes knocking. You're going to have to wait another cycle until it knocks again. So give yourself the time and space to be bored if that is what is required for you to lean in deeper to get to know more about yourself. So now we're going to move into the teachings of the gene keys. And the gene keys takes human design and opens it up to a whole nother level. We are using the textbook by Richard Rudd, the founder of the Gene Keys. And as you can see, this is a very large contemplation journal that houses all 64 of the different keys, the keys that open the gates within your human design chart. And I do highly recommend the book as a resource tool for your own self-reflection. That is what the journey is about, is really doing your own self-actualization, self-reflection, seeing how the energy plays out for yourself in order to get a greater understanding.